All right, here we go. Back out in the workshop again. Now we're back to RCs. You're looking at my Losi MTXL. And I did some switching around some things, especially in the receiver box. I put the fail-safe on channel 3 because of my Losi DBXL. That's where I have it, is on channel 3. So I want it to be the same. Speaking about the Losi DBXL, there she is. I tell you what, this little thing's a screamer. I mean, this thing runs great. I know it's a 23cc stock, but I put that 29cc head on it with a bigger piston and ring. And I tell you what, this thing flies. Well, I got it back on her stand. This is my my RC stand for my Losi DBXL only. I built it just for that, but I've been using it for my big boy here. But I figured, well, I'm gonna put that back on it. So I ran this 2 days ago. I ran probably about a fourth of a tank of fuel, let it run around, get all lubed up again, because she's been sitting for quite some time. Because the MTXL took almost all my time away from the Losi DBXL. Well, the reasoning for this video is when I was going to drive this MTXL, the stupid battery was half charged, and I went across the street and zooming around across the field. I don't know if you can see it from there. At the road, across the road, there's a big field. Well, I'm circling and circling and circling. Finally, the car just stopped. Just stopped instantly. I'm thinking, uh-oh, something happened. Come to find out that the battery was dead in there. So we know the fail-safe works, and thank God it does. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to go ahead and change this connector out and put a Dean's connector on there. The reason for that is because when I watched Gel's one of his videos on his MTXL, he bought a life battery for it. It's a red one. Well, I found it. It's at vamppowerpro.com is where they're selling it. There's a good $60 battery for it, but it's a life battery, and they're fantastic batteries. What comes with this truck is junk, especially with this connector. I hate this connector. So today I'm going to put Dean's connector on it, cut it off short so I can have a lot of extra wire, and get prepared for that life battery, because the life battery has a Dean's connector on it. So, and it's been taking quite some time. I ordered it 2 or 3 days ago, and the website still says processing. So it hasn't even shipped yet. So I figured, well, that'll give me time to go ahead and put the connector, Dean's connector, on there. And we'll go from there, get that all straightened out. And then, here, I'll walk you over here. I got all this is my electronics kit here. Soldering pencils, the butane ones, electrical tape, solder sucker in there. I got all kinds of stuff for soldering. And here's my drill bits. They're cheap, but boy, they do the job for wood. Here's the Dean connectors. I got 10 pairs to make 10 pairs, and that was the cheapest way. It was like $6 on eBay, shipped to the house, which is not bad. Well, now you have to pay for tax on eBay, so that's a little discouraged. But what I have now is I have that junk battery from the MTXL. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this off. Focus, there we go. Cut this off and put a Dean's connector on. And go from there so I can still use the truck until that battery comes. So I'll show you how junk this battery is. I mean, the thing's brand new. I hate this battery. So what we're going to do is I'm going to try to do this with one hand. Well, it's going to be impossible with one hand. Alright, here we go. We're going to plug in .7.1, okay? And I didn't even run it yet. It was at 7.2. After I charged it, it wouldn't go any further than 7.2. So I got a feeling this battery is toast. But she'll work for a little bit. Yeah, I can't wait to get rid of this. I've dropped it a couple times, as you can tell right there, a little crunched in. That's probably the reason why it's junk. But let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and put that on there right now, that connector. Alright, now we are at the plug. I got the plug cut off there. And what I like to do is I like to drill a small little hole. Let me get this little pointer here. I drilled a small little hole right on that connector. Actually, I got it on this one too. See the little hole right there? I drilled that out on my drill press. I'll show you the drill press right here. And the reason for that is for a better straight connection. And what you do is you separate, after you strip the wire, you strip it down, separate the strands into two, twist them really tight so you have two things of strands of wire. One goes through that hole and twist it really super tight, and then you drop solder right on it. Like I said, that's how I figured it would be the best way of doing it. So that is a nice tight connection there. That will never come apart. And then I got this heat shrink I'm going to put over top of that to make everything look nice. You do not have to drill the hole. For me, it's just extra insurance, so if you're tugging on that, it won't come off. The wire won't pull out even though you think you did a good solder job. Well, it's on there. I'm going to go ahead and finish up the battery. I should have put bigger shrink tube on there, because that negative here won't slide up over very well. So it looks like I'm going to use electrical tape. I'm going to try to do a nice clean job of that. But boy, she's a strong one. She's on there. That's how I do it. I know there's people cringing again. But just remember one thing though. It works. And it's really strong. Well, that doesn't look too bad. Just a little bit of electrical tape, and I cut off a nice clean small section and I put them on there. Yeah, that should work fine. Awesome. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go over to the big boy. Take a little walk-see over here. So now I got to do all that in here. Cut this off. And I'm going to do the same thing over there. I think I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. Well, I'm not going to lie, but that was a little challenging inside the battery tray. But I did the same exact thing as I did with the battery here. Alright. So, like I said, it's so short that positive down there won't come out any further. So that's what I had to work with. Everything's soldered, twisted around, you know, soldered nice solid connection. So we have that. So I want to see if everything still works. It should. Go ahead and plug in the battery here. See if I can push it right here, maybe. There we go. Alright, take the battery, take the connector, positive, positive, negative, negative. Alright, she's plugged in. Looks good. Everything's great. We're just going to lay the battery in there. And then I'm going to take the cover. I'll get it out. Okay. Got that so we can tell if the light comes on for the fail safe. So we're going to go ahead and turn on the radio. Turn that on first. And it's already set up for the MTXL. Go ahead and turn on the truck. We have lights, which is a good thing. Everything works. I can't do the steering here because it's on the table. But yeah, fantastic. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and put all this back. First, I could probably charge that battery up some more. And then I would love to tackle that down there. In my previous video, I said the daddy and daughter team of New Jersey said that that little nub sticking up right there, that screw, gets caught on this, I guess, on linkage. Just take a look here what they're talking about. Yeah, see that? Oop, right about there. Ooh, look how close. Oh yeah, see, it hits that. Okay. So what we're going to do is I'm going to see if I can get that out of there and grind that down. Alrighty guys, well that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed that. It's the first time I put on Dean's connectors. Turn this off. Like I said, it's my first time. Looks like a pretty solid connection. So with that said, thanks for watching, and I'll be talking to you.